So today, we have a twist on the classic Batman vs. Captain America fight. Because today, we have Arkham Batman taking on MCU Captain America. Who wins? Well, let's find out. So, as always, we start off with Physicality. Who is physically better? Well, this version of Batman has been described as being an immense peak human conditioning. He's strong enough to effortlessly break bones, send thugs absolutely flying, destroy metal robots with his strikes, and to rip off metal vents off of walls. He dangled a man off a building with one arm while having the strength to pretend to drop him. He was able to fight against and drag Bane and Killer Croc, who both weighed over 850 pounds. He lifted it and threw Joker about 30 feet, and he somehow broke out of Solomon Grundy's grip. He's incredibly strong, but Cap is just a bit stronger. He easily lifted a motorcycle with 3 women on it, threw another one with enough force to destroy an armored car, routinely sent people flying hard enough to bend metal, send Ultron through a concrete pillar, pull back down a helicopter while it was trying to take off with his bare hands, and to lift a support beam weighing several tons. Yeah, he's stronger. What about durability? Well, in his armor, Batman has walked off being shot several times, massive falls, having a concrete ceiling collapse on him, and an absolute massive beating from Bane. A beating that consisted of being thrown and ragdolled around and through brick and concrete walls, plus being absolutely wailed and pounded on. He survived Copperhead's venom long enough to beat him and use a antidote. His armor does have its weak spots though, but even then his pain tolerance and endurance are incredible, as he was able to fight and defeat several thugs after being shot in one of these weak spots, right in his ribs. All of that is very impressive, but again, Cap is just better. He's easily taken hits from Loki, Ultron, and even Thanos. He withstood being blasted off a highway and crashing through a bus and just walked away from it. He shrugged off a massive fall. He ignored being stabbed in the shoulder. Hell, in one fight scene, he survived being stabbed, shot 4 times, being wailed on by Winter Soldier's bionic arm, and a massive fall into water. And I mean like several hundreds, possibly even thousands of feet. There's also the fact that he survived being frozen for about 70 years. He is better here as well. And now, speed and agility. Well, Batman has easily caught thrown knives, dodged throwing stars from behind, dodged 2 rockets after they were fired, routinely evaded bullets, and he's consistently taken out whole groups of thugs before anyone could react. He even momentarily outpaced Killer Croc in a dead sprint, kept up with Deathstroke in a fight, and he always incorporates acrobatics while fighting as well, flipping and twisting all around. But again, just like strength and durability, Cap is just better here. He's kept pace with Winter Soldier and Black Panther, outpaced speeding cars, easily blitzed people before they could react, blocked grenade launcher shots in a split second's notice, and he's routinely dodged and deflected bullets with his shield, even at point blank range. So, Captain America is just slightly better physically, but he's physically better across the board nonetheless, even if it is a slight advantage. What about fighting skill? Well, just like every other version of Batman, Batman has become a master in most, if not all, martial art forms through years of extensive training with Lady Shiva. He's routinely beaten 10 plus thugs, robots, mercenaries, private soldiers, assassins, and ninjas single-handedly at a fast, frenzied pace. He's also beaten extremely skilled fighters, like the genetically enhanced Deathstroke, Arkham Knight, who he trained himself, and Ra's al Ghul, who had over 600 years of combat experience. He also beat Killer Croc and Bane several times throughout the 4 games, and he even stalemated Lady Shiva, who was stated to be unmatched in combat. There's also the fact that he trained Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, and Tim Drake, during their times as Robin, and each of them are very skillful fighters as well. He's also, although he doesn't kill, he's also quite brutal, as he doesn't care to break bones and whatnot to put an opponent down quickly. But Cap is the greatest fighter in the MCU. He bested several Hydra agents in a cramped elevator, including Crossbones. He bested Spider-Man, Iron Man, War Machine, and Crossbones. He bested Proxima Midnight and Corvus Glaive single-handedly. He bested Winter Soldier and Black Panther, who are both right up there with him in terms of raw fighting skill. His skill even allowed him to put up a good fight with Loki, Ultron, and even the Mad Titan Thanos himself, despite their vast physical edge over him. He also has his vibranium shield that he perfectly uses in his fighting style. Not only is it virtually indestructible, but he's an expert in ricocheting it off several walls and other surfaces to hit foes from behind. He'll also straight up use it as a battering ram and just ram people with it. This is something Batman has never fought against. But at the same time, Batman has several gadgets on him that he also perfectly uses in his own fighting style. He has batarangs, sonic batarangs, remote controlled batarangs, explosive gel, a backclaw, a grappling hook, an electric gun, and smoke pellets. He can also electrify his gauntlets to pack more of a punch, and he can even use his cape to stun foes as well. Those are just his offensive gadgets. That's not everything he carries. And although none of these can get through or past Cap's shield, but Batman might be able to separate the shield from Cap with his Batclaw. And he's even used his cape to beat Riot Shield users. So the same thing could happen here. So, who wins? Well, just like any version of Captain America versus Batman, it's insanely, incredibly close. And either one could win in a straight up fight. But although it's really close, at the end of the day, I'm putting my money on Captain America here. If Batman had time to scout Cap beforehand using his detective mode, then I'd probably side with him instead. But he doesn't. This is a random fight with no prep or scouting beforehand, and I can't bet against Captain America here. He's arguably the better fighter, he's physically better, and Batman has no way to get past his shield. Batman puts up a good fight, but Captain America is winning this one. Captain America wins. Like and subscribe if you did enjoy. Leave a comment of what you think and hit the notification bell to be notified of all my future videos and all the great stuff. See you on the next one. Peace!